Hello, today we're changing up the studio and I'm swapping out my legendary Native Instruments Complete Controller 88 Key Mark II. I've had this for years, my entire YouTube career and YouTube video up until this date, which is over 450 videos, has featured this keyboard, and we're finally swapping it out for an Arturia KeyLab 88 Key Mark III. Now, full disclaimer, Arturia did send this over to me to check out, but no other money has exchanged hands, and I will give you my honest opinion on it. Now, today I will not be able to do that. I will do that in 6 months' time, because as you can see, I haven't even opened it up yet. So this is quite literally just an unboxing video and almost a ceremonial swapping of the infamous Complete Controller. And we'll see in 6 months' time if it makes a debut or if we're gonna stick with this new one. But let's get unboxing. It's a box in a box. And this is probably the most awkward video I've ever recorded. Must admit, that does look super cool. Does this come off? What's really nice as well, when you get this keyboard, which is not a cheap keyboard, and if you're actually to buy it from them, it's like $999, so not cheap at all. I'm sure you can pick it up for about £800, but with it you get the Analog Lab Pro software, Mini V, Piano V, Augmented Strings, Rev Plate-140, the Gentleman by Native Instruments, which is really, really cool piano, Ableton Live Lite, Melodics, and Loopcloud. So you are getting a nice bit of software with this as well. Woohoo! What's nice as well, USB-C, so you've not got the old USB-B. MIDI in and out, which is really important for me because I use MIDI into my audio interface, although I'll probably connect that to my computer with USB-C as well. And of course a stain pedal, aux in, that's nice. Right, before we lift that out, we need to get this out. Oh, I have no room in this office. This is probably the most satisfying thing in the world. Now, initial impressions, first thing I'm super excited about is having all these faders here. And of course my old Native Instrument one, it had the little knobs, but it didn't have the faders, but the tactileness, that's so satisfying. So having those on the keyboard, having a drum pad, that's going to be really nice. And as a keyboard player, first impressions, it's a really nice keyboard, although it does have like an echo to it. I did see someone say that in another review as well. But initial impressions on the keys, really nice feel to them. One thing I'm not too sure about yet is the mod wheel is up here. On the Native Instrument one, it's literally right here, and on most keyboards, it's not as long as my previous one, so it does make it less in length, but having the mod wheel up there, that's gonna be interesting. Now, other things you're getting with this as well is a sheet music stand, which in this situation, I'm not gonna use, so that's gonna stay in the box, but that's a really nice feature. And also, an extension which clips on the back for your laptop. So if you want to stick your laptop there and have sheet music there, I really like how versatile that makes that. And this is, it's metal, it's proper sturdy that as well. And it's got a nice little bit of padding on that. But again, not something I'm going to use in this scenario, but maybe down the road. So always worth keeping hold of. That was very well packed. Now, you don't get a traditional power brick with it, but you do get a nice USB-C to USB-A cable, which does bus power it as well as connect it to your computer. So that's a really nice feature. But we are going to leave this portion there. I'm going to plug everything in, reset my studio, and get some first impressions on using this. So let's move to that portion. And we're back to our usual studio setup. So I've downloaded all the software, I've installed it, make sure everything is working, especially within Logic Pro X, as you do have transport control. I found on my old Native Instruments one, it was a bit hit and miss. I'm not going to form any opinions yet, because this is just simply an unboxing. I'm going to give it a good 6 months to integrate this into my workflow before I make a final verdict. One thing I will note, you will need to download the script for it to work properly within Logic Pro X. It was easy enough. I didn't come across really any problems. Same with all the software. I found that was very easy to do as well and download. One thing I will add, the MIDI control center is really handy to have as well. This is a piece of software that basically unlocks this entire thing and gives you the utmost control, more control than you'd ever really need, in all honesty. But you can do just about anything, to the point of controlling the acceleration of this thing here, which is absolutely awesome. But I do love the amount of control that you have over the keyboard, even with these little, the expression bit on the back. So that's super cool. I like the fact it's USB-C. Everything goes through the one cable that's plugged into your computer. It powers it and integrates everything else, but at the same time you do have a power port if you want to power it traditionally. So that's super cool. Other impressions I've had generally with the keyboard, I'm going to have to get used to the mod wheel being so far away. Not the end of the world, but still that over there. I really like the integration within the digital audio workspace. If I really quickly just jump into my DAW, I've loaded up the different bits of software you get with it to show you. Firstly, I really like the fact that play, stop, you've got your record button as well. Everything works seamlessly with little latency. You can solo your tracks as well. I say no latency, and then I could have just been mute, and then you can actually scroll through each of your tracks as well using that. But at the same time, I've got this on digital audio workspace mode, but I can click program and actually go into the Arturia software. So now I'm controlling the piece of software, and all the MIDI controllers control all these different parameters within it. But then say, oh, I want to go back into that digital audio workspace mode. Now, in terms of included software, you're veering more to synthesizers, synth emulators. You have some really nice, authentic sounds. I love the Mini V. You can see I've got a Moog grandmother right there, and honestly, this produces a great sound for a piece of software. Beautiful emulator. You also have Analog Lab Pro with an absolute ton of different presets, from electric pianos, drums. You do have some brass and winds, but these are more your keyboard brass and wind sounds. They're not your sample library virtual instrument brass and winds. Although saying that, you do have a beautiful piano that comes with it, Piano V, Piano 5, and a cool part of the software is actually you get to calibrate it to your keyboard. So we press start and then play your softest note, play your loudest note, and then play mezzo forte. And it calibrates to your keyboard, which is super cool. So you do have some really nice, authentic piano sounds, and then you've got the augmented strings as well, which is veering more towards your lush string sound, but still with that synth aspect to it. I'll do another video breaking down these individual pieces of software, but overall, I'm super impressed with everything that comes with this. Another piece of software you get with this keyboard is your own pick of a Komplete Select bundle, and you get a choice from Beats, Band or Electronic. I think I'm veering more towards the Band simply because there's a lot of electronic stuff you already get with this, and with this you're actually getting the Band one specifically. You get the Gentleman, which is a beautiful keyboard that I actually already have, but then you get the Soul Session, you're getting Isotope Nectar 4 Elements, Isotope Ozone Elements. Ozone is an amazing piece of mastering software that if you're starting out is perfect for just adding that bit of professionalism to your track if you're not good at mastering. But then you can see the options there. Normally they're $99, but you get it to pick it for free. It does break down how to do that in there as well. But other than that, Melodics, I've never used the Ableton Live. I use Logic Pro X, and then you've got some Loopcloud as well if you're into your loops. But we're going to leave the video there. I'm going to wait for the excitement to pass away to give my final verdict. So expect another video in 6 months. Obviously, you're going to be seeing this in all my videos now, as this is now going to be my main keyboard, and I will be integrating it into my workflow. And in 6 months, I'll make my verdict whether I'll stick with it or swap back, or maybe move on to the Native Instruments Mark III. But for now, I'm really liking this feel. I'm liking the white as well. I've had black for a while, and this wood finish as well. It's definitely a premium keyboard. You get what you pay for. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And again, I will be doing more videos checking out the software in a bit more depth. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one.